everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer. In this video, I'll be showing you how I made this gingerbread village inspired by a photo I saw on Pinterest. This is an easy craft and takes little carpentry skills. The only tools you'll need are some type of a saw. I used a miter saw and possibly a sander. I would estimate the cost at around $25, as you'll need wood, brown paint, hinges, and white paint pens. So if you're interested in making this decoration, stay with me and I'll walk you through each step. Like most projects, I began by hunting through my scrap pile of wood to find boards that would be sufficient. These are approximately 5 5/16 of an inch wide. You will need stock that measures around 5 feet in total to complete this project. Some of the areas had holes and knots, so I had to work around that, but if you purchase lumber from the store, it should be in better condition to begin with. My inspiration piece is made up of 5 houses. I had to guesstimate the heights and chose the following. The center is the tallest at 12 inches, surrounded by 2 smaller ones that measure 10 inches. Then at the ends are medium height homes at 11 inches high. I began by cutting them to length, then found the top center of my first board and set my miter saw to the 55-degree mark. Then I flipped the board over and made a second cut. To get each side perfectly accurate, I used the help of a square and drew a horizontal line. You can also use the first house as a template to cut the following ones to save time. Some of these cuts were a little too close to my hand, so if I had to do it over again, I think I would start with the angled cuts first, then cut to length. So to recap, you will end up with 2 10-inch pieces, 2 11-inch pieces, and 1 12-inch piece. Next, I sanded the edges and any rough spots and patched the knot with wood filler. Then I applied a coat of white primer spray paint. I chose a nice chocolate brown acrylic paint with a little bit of a shimmer, which I already had on hand, but I would recommend a spray paint, which would go a lot quicker, as I had to apply about 3 coats to get it to cover. Then came the fun part, decorating each gingerbread house. I used my inspiration photo as a general guide, but didn't have templates that matched exactly, so I put my own spin on the designs. I would highly recommend purchasing these white acrylic paint pens. They made tracing these stencils a breeze. I'll attach any shopping links to this video so you can find them easily on Amazon. I utilized anything else I could find to keep my lines straight and my spacing accurate, such as a square and painter's tape. I used a craft heart for the scallops on top of 2 of the houses and glued it to a piece of wood to create a little jig so the placement depth would be exact. This worked really well. In many cases, I traced the outline with a thin marker and filled it in with a thicker marker. You can get really creative with this process and trace any interesting profile you see from objects lying around your house. After they were all decorated, I attached them with 8 brass hinges. I took a couple pieces of scrap and fashioned a jig, and I cut it to the height of the smallest house, then used an inch stop block on each end to mark where the hinges will go. You'll need to be mindful that the hinges need to go close to the edges. I tried centering them my first try and it didn't work. They also need to alternate between facing backwards and forwards. Be careful not to over drill the holes, but if you do, you can fill the hole with something like a toothpick, then add your screw. Overall, I'm really happy with the way my Gingerbread Village turned out, and I might make more of these to sell. So I hope this video was inspirational and helpful. If you make this project, please let me know in the comments how yours turned out. And if you haven't been following my countdown, please check out the other videos in this series. If you're not already a subscriber, I hope you'll hit that follow button and look me up. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook as well. As always, I thank you so much for watching. And until next time, take care.